Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole. As always, honored to be here with you now. Hope you had a great week. Hope you were conscious and intentional as the week moved on. And as we refresh ourselves beginning this week, that you feel like you can take a breath, that you are moving in the right direction, that you are making strides to live the life that you choose for yourself. Those are simple words, and that is not at all simple when you get down to doing it, right? Like, are you living the life that you want to live, that you intend for yourself? Are you spending your waking hours focused on things that will manifest what you want for yourself? Are you? When you think about your choices, where are they leading you? And think about the whole you, not just one aspect of yourself. So, as is often true for inspiration, I my process is whenever I'm preparing for this broadcast, I think about what's going on in my life, what's going on in the lives of people surrounding me, people I love, people I meet. What's happening? What's happening for folks right this minute? And I don't know about you, but for me, the busy of my life has kept me kind of glued to a computer, this computer where I am right now. Many of you know, I'm finishing a book that I've been working on with my team for the past year. I'm so honored that we're able to do this book, which it's not a secret. It's called Jumping the Broom Today. It's a new version, brand new version of a book that I made more than 30 years ago to honor the wedding ritual and the process of getting married, particularly in alignment with people of African descent. And so I was invited to do it again. I'm doing it again. My team and I are doing it again. And we have been working hard. And we're in the final stages of completion. So that, along with everything else, has tied me and us to the computer. I bet for many of you, for whatever your reasons, you too have been tied to your computer, because this is something that scientists have been studying. How much are we moving? What's happening with our eyes? There now are all these different filters you can put on your glasses to make sure that you don't have a negative impact from uh, I don't even know what it's called, but the light from the computer screen. But the bottom line is we're spending a whole lot of time sitting, moving our fingers more than any other part of our bodies. And what does that mean? Well, if you have one of those electronic phones, mine will beep every hour to say, "Get up, stand up, you gotta stand up now." And often I will, and sometimes I won't because I'm plowing through. Many people have these kinds of devices. Many people are wearing those rings that tell you, "Come on, you can do it, you can do it." How often are you doing it? I know for me what it has looked like over the past year. And guess what? There is no good excuse There are reasons why we choose to not pay attention to the whole of us, but are those reasons valid? Because what happens X number of months later when you haven't done what you know you need to do in order to take care of yourself? And so I sit here as I have been sitting for too long and wondering, I lost a whole lot of weight about a year ago and it's been creeping back. Why? Lack of movement. I had a different kind of energy. Why? A different kind of movement. And who can I blame for moving less? Me. Whose responsibility is it to get up, go out, move, take care of the physical me if it isn't me? So I ask you the same thing. Have you been taking care of your body? Have you been honoring your body, this sacred vessel that is your way of living on the planet? And studies show that many, 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 many people are not doing that. I mean, the yes, Fallon just wrote to me the blue light. It's the blue light that that emanates from the screen that isn't good for you. And so they're glasses that there's a coating that can go over your glasses to help protect you from that. But there is no coating, there is no button you can push that will make your body move, make your body exercise other than you doing it, right? And I think that I was saying that there are studies. My daughter came home and told me she learned something in a class recently saying that people who spend more than 8 hours a day still seated, even if you're moving those hands, but you're pretty much seated for 8 hours or more a day, you have a 60% greater chance than others of succumbing to any kind of illness that might come across your path and invade your body, anything. So I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" I had her explain it to me because it seemed it's big. Basically, if you don't move your body, the point is you become susceptible to anything more than people who are actively moving. So being sedentary is more dangerous, according to these studies, than what you eat even. And we've been told so often, you are what you eat, what you put into your body is so important. Be mindful of what you eat, what you drink, what you consume, and that is important. But if the indications from these studies are accurate, what you do with your body, how you move it or not, is even more important than what you put in it. So let's say they run, uh, you know, right next to each other in terms of importance. But today we're talking about honoring our bodies. And I ask you, do you feel that you're honoring yours? And a couple weeks ago, we had my friend Sekou on, and he told us about having had 2 strokes and the challenges that he's been facing over these past couple of years since, and he's still in recovery. But this man runs every single day. Every day, at least a mile a day. Not necessarily fast, not trying to beat out anybody else other than himself, looking to keep pushing, keep making the effort to put himself out there, push past any pain, push past any difficulty, challenge, weather, no matter what, he is out there. So I ask, what are you doing? What are you doing for your body? How many of you have signed up for a gym membership and you haven't gone? How many of you signed up for some other kind of class? You paid for it, but you didn't go. My friend who lives in my building, Yvonne, is such an inspiration to me. Always, she's been someone who is focused on fitness. But now at this stage in life, uh, she goes to the gym every single day. She also changed her diet. And I just saw her 2 days ago, yesterday. She looks like, hmm, let's say at least her physical body looks at least 20 years younger than it did a year ago. And a year ago, she looked good. But she has gotten so strong because of the consistency. And when you see someone who is that consistent, and by the way, she's working, she's taking care of her family, she's juggling a million things. It's not like she's in the lap of luxury and doesn't have to do anything else. No, but she's made a choice to honor her body in particular ways. And because of the consistency, it's paying off. I was talking to a friend a while ago who is super fit, a man super fit, like arms like rocks. And I didn't grow up with people like that. Like, wow. Well, how is it that he's maybe he's 60 now. How is it that all along the way that this is who you have consistently been? It's how he grew up. He and his friends were always doing sports. Sports is just in his DNA. So no matter what he's doing, no matter what the schedule is, he is consistently engaged in some kind of sports activity. I have another friend who's in his 70s, plays basketball every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, fit, strong. What about you? What do you do? So let's look at the quote, this beautiful quote. Very simple, but I think it speaks to the point. It says, take care of your body. It's the one place you have to live. From Jim Rohn. Okay, sit with this for a second. Take care of your body. It's the one place you have to live. When I saw this, I thought of, now this is my time of year to be at the beach. That's why you see the beach, those of you who can see this in the imagery, because I'm in my happy place. In my happy place, there, along the shoreline, there are often all kinds of sea creatures, including sea creatures that live inside of shells. Some of those creatures live inside of a shell for a long time, but they have the capability, just based on their nature, to move from one shell to another so that they can inhabit another body, that there can be a shell that serves them for a while. They can discard it, outgrow it, etc., and then they can go to another. To my understanding of life, I do not think we can do that. Now, if you think about the metaphysical, then there's this idea that we go from some, you know, some in some faiths, there's the belief, yes, you go to heaven. Then you're not in a body necessarily, you're in the spiritual world with other heavenly beings. Some believe in reincarnation, and then you come back as something else, and then perhaps you do inhabit another body. But for the sake of right now, we have the body we're in, and that's it. There's Sekou is here. Sekou asked the question, what changes did Yvonne make to her diet? I believe she cut out most carbohydrates. She definitely cut out bread. I don't even know if she was having that much bread anyway, but she cut out bread. She cut out most carbohydrates. She eats very clean, very little fat, a little bit of oil, not too much, primarily vegetables, lean meat, probably more fish than meat. And yeah, so she didn't become vegan. She didn't become vegetarian. She just got cleaner in the way that she eats. And the carbs were a big thing. that she primarily eliminated. Hey, Shelby J. Where in the world are you, Shelby? Because last time you were somewhere in Europe. And Shelby's going to be coming on my other Dreamleapers program soon. You know, it's Black Music Month, and Shelby J is an incredible performer. She's going to be with us soon. Well, I'll let you know when it is. It's coming up. I think her broadcast will be at the end of the month. So, and actually, let me say something about her because I see her here. So Shelby J, I know because of Prince. She was part of Prince's band, and I traveled with Prince and his amazing team from 2010 to 2011. It was the Welcome to America tour, and I interviewed all the opening acts, but I spent a lot of time with them. And I learned many things, including this discipline of honoring your body. So Prince was one of the most disciplined people I have ever seen. Prince ate in a very healthy manner. He exercised. I never saw him do it, but you could see, look at him. He was disciplined about his physical body. He instructed his team, his band members, everybody to be disciplined about their physical bodies too. And when people weren't, he was on them. No, you have to be fit and strong. And by the way, as strenuous as it was to be on stage and perform the way that they did, they had to be. So Shelby J is a powerhouse, not just as a performer, but in her physicality. Now, I'm going to guess it's not because of Prince that she is that. She was that, but she was in alignment with him when she was working with him. Being inspired by the people you spend time with to do good things it's so important. It makes your life easier if you surround yourself with people who share your vision, who share your values. And this was the thing that I found to be, there's so many things about Prince that were enlightening. Discipline was at the top. He was a visionary who was incredibly disciplined. So not only did he see things that other people didn't see, he made a plan to manifest them. And all of us who were around him got to see that. And that certainly inspired me to reach higher, to reach further because of him. So Shelby J says she's just back from Celebration 2026 in Minneapolis. Okay. Yes, so I will. And everybody check her pics and videos on her socials. I always love looking at those. And I remember having the privilege of being at Paisley Park those many years ago, and just being in the space of greatness, when you see the fruits of vision, discipline, hard work, and collaboration. These things continue to inspire me so many years after Prince is gone. And I would say to all of you, think about who are the people in your life who inspire you, who live the way that you respect, who think the way that you respect, who speak the way you respect, who do the way that you respect. I think it's super important for us to do what my mother and grandmother used to say is keep good company. Put yourself in spaces where other people are going to inspire you to be your best, because that's what they're doing. They're not just saying it, but they're doing it. And in light of what we're discussing today, it is people who are consciously honoring their bodies. Because if this is, yes, you may have a house, you may have the most fabulous house ever, you may have the most modest space ever, you may not have a home at the moment. I have people in my life with all of those realities. But Roan is saying the one place you have to live, the one place your spirit lives, is inside of this physical body. It's in here that your spirit lives. So how do you take care of this vessel so that it can serve you for all the days that you're breathing on this planet? And are you doing what you should be doing? Are you doing what you can do to honor your body? And when you aren't, because I started this broadcast by saying what I have been doing and what I haven't been doing. Sitting in front of a computer typing, yes, I am so grateful to have this project to work on. And I need to get up more. Get up, get out, move more. If that's true for you, make the decision today to do whatever you need to do to improve yourself. How can you take care of yourself better? If you really understand this is the one vessel you get, how do you take care of it? Like if you get one car, you don't want to have an accident in the car because if you break the car, sometimes, like what happens, this notion of it being totaled. Okay, a car that's totaled, you discard. It goes to the car graveyard. You either get another car or you take the bus or the train or whatever you do, get a ride. What happens if you total your body? Think about it. For everyone I know who has, if we stick with that imagery, everyone who's been in a major car accident and the body has had to heal, they know don't take anything for granted. For those who have suffered an illness, an injury, a physical setback, they know recovery can be grueling, long, and sometimes incomplete. How do you take care of your body? I remember a few years ago, I talked to my internist, my doctor, who was talking about the benefits of Western medicine and also our responsibility. And there's a lot of controversy about how much medication people take in this country. And is it really helping, or is it just being hooked on pharmaceuticals? I don't have answers for that. What he said to me, though, is that doctors over the course of generations have figured out ways to help prolong life. So if you have a physical condition, a health condition, often there are medications that can help you. Now, does that mean it heals you? Not necessarily. So that is the whole other side of this. What can you do to heal yourself? What can you do to make yourself healthier so that perhaps you don't need any of those things? So it's that there's this balance that some believe exists between getting the support that Western medicine has and doing the things you know you need to do in order to be stronger. I'm not a medical professional. What I know is if you don't move your body, you're going to have problems. What I know is if what you put in your body isn't healthy, isn't going to nurture your body, you're going to have problems. Many of us have problems. What do we do about them? What are the problems that we face first? What are the things that we put on the front burner? And what are the things that we say, I'll get to that one later. I'll get to that when I can. And I want to challenge all of us, putting myself at the top of the list. A priority has to be this physical body. If we want to live, we want to be independent, we want to have the best quality of life possible, we have to honor our bodies. Because even when we do, there comes a time when the body begins to diminish. So I was talking to my mentor, Susan Taylor, the Essence magazine editor-in-chief emerita. I saw her a few days ago, and she is 80 years young. That's how my mother used to describe ages as we mature. Susan is fit. She is strong. She doesn't have one extra pound on her body. She's lean and mean. And she was saying that at 80, even with all the things that she's done to take care of herself, the body's different. Sometimes um, your mind says do X, and the body says, I don't want to do that. Sometimes you have clear recall of different things that used to be important to you, that you had energy for, that well, I'm just going to do X or Y. And she says, and sometimes your whole being says, no, that's not going to happen. And this is coming out of the mouth of someone who has taken really good care of herself for all of the years I've known her, which is all the years I've been in New York, since I was in my early 20s. We are human beings. Our bodies change, our minds change. As we mature, things change. Even when we take care of ourselves, things change and our capabilities change. Our healing process changes. And so I know many of the people who tune into Dreamleapers are of a certain age, are mature beings. How can we take care of ourselves so that we are strong when we reach these milestones? What can you do perhaps differently today than you did yesterday in order to honor your body more? It can simply start with remembering you only get one. Don't total it. Don't ignore it. Don't feed it toxic things that are going to degrade it. Drink water. Eat healthy foods. Eat nutritious foods that will make your body happy. I interviewed a gentleman on my other Dreamleapers program just this past week. You can watch it if you go to harrietcole.com/broadcast. And his name is Britton Smith. Really beautiful spirit. He's a singer, performer, songwriter. He got interested in health and the powers of water, which is something that my husband is fascinated by too. But we talked about this Japanese scientist who did an experiment with water, talking to water. And I think there were 3 glasses of water. And 1 glass of water, the scientist said loving things to, just spoke to the water, said loving things to the water. And the whole time during this experiment. The second one, he said nasty, mean, ugly, vicious things to this glass of water over and over and over. The third glass of water was completely ignored. What happened? This is a true story. This is not fiction. This happened. The first glass of water was clear and clean over a course of days. The one that had been yelled at was murky and unclean. The one that was ignored was the most murky. That meant so much to when my husband was telling me about this some years ago, because he is absolutely fascinated by water, George, and the healing properties of water and the importance of cleaning water before you put it in your body. And this notion that you can infuse water with goodness or with negativity. Think about that. So what can you infuse into your own being? What do you infuse into your own being? If you can infuse that into water, what can you infuse into yourself? So if you're considering honoring your body, how do you do that? What can you do today and every day to infuse into your being so that you will get up and walk around? So that you will pick up some weights and do some strength training and exercise, so that you will ingest things that will make it easy for your digestion, make it easy for you to fill your body with the nutrients that will keep it strong and clean. We can do this. We must do this because you don't want to live crippled. You don't want to live incapable of being independent. We don't want that. We want to be independent and strong and healthy, with healthy bodies and healthy minds. And in order for that to continue, we have to take action. So honor this vessel that is the only true home that you have. Your spirit lives inside of your body. So yes, it's nice to adorn it and make it look good, but how can you make it be healthy, make it be good, make it serve you through every moment, every day, every month, every year of your life? Think about that. Spend time thinking about that, focusing on that, and doing it, not just thinking. That's my commitment to myself. And I hope that you will take on the same commitment to honor your body, to honor yourself, to honor your life. And in turn, that means you're honoring all the people around you who love you and want you to be here and be healthy, physically, mentally, spiritually healthy. So thank you for joining me today. I hope that as you leave here, you will honor your body. You will tend to this great vessel that allows your spirit to be here and to soar. Thanks for being with me. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.